Hello everyone. In today's video, we will discuss more about the relationship control and how to set it up effectively for your application. In an application, there can be multiple worksheets storing details of different business objects, and these objects may have relationships. For example, the customer worksheet and contact worksheet store detailed information about customer companies and contacts individually. In real business scenarios, a customer company usually has multiple contacts, and a contact can either be an individual or belong to a specific company. By establishing relationships between these records, you can avoid redundant data entry. When creating a contact record, simply relate it to an existing customer record in the customer worksheet, saving time and ensuring data accuracy and consistency. This also allows quick access to information about the customer company to which the contact belongs. There are three types of relationships between two worksheets. One-to-one, one employee to one employee ID, for example. One-to-many, multiple orders related to a single customer, but each order corresponds to only one customer. Many-to-many, a member can participate in multiple tasks, and a task can have multiple participants. Next, let's demonstrate how to relate the contact worksheet to the customer worksheet. Go to the editing page of the contact worksheet and add a relationship control. Specify which worksheet the current worksheet should be related to. In this case, we select the customer worksheet within the same application, and you can also choose worksheets from different applications. Then set the properties of the relationship field, starting with basic settings like the field name and quantity, whether one or multiple records will be related. Select single row if it relates a single record. For example, a contact is related to a customer company, but may be related to more than one sales lead record. There are 4 display options for related records: card, drop-down, grid, and tabbed form. Choose the display method that suits your data presentation needs and user experience. For single record relationships, only card and drop-down options are available. Then, configure the display fields in the related records. You can also drag and drop fields to adjust the order. You can also choose an attachment field as the cover to display in cards and grids. Let's take a look at these 4 ways to display related contact records: card, drop-down, grid, and tabbed form. You can choose the appropriate display method according to your needs for better data presentation and user experience. Return to the editing page of the contact worksheet to set the sorting rules for related records. If multiple row, you can set multiple sorting fields and drag them to adjust the priority order of the rules. When creating new records, they can default to being related to one or more records. There are 3 methods for setting default values: fixed default values, where each new record is related to the selected records. You can also choose other field values. This method is not available in grids, or set default values through querying the worksheet. Set whether the relationship field is required, whether duplicate data is allowed. This means when you choose a record to relate, whether to display previously selected records. You can also set the width of the relationship control. The next section is for operation settings. Check the option Allow Selection of Existing Records to choose contacts from the customer worksheet. If unchecked, you need to create a new customer record before relating it. We can see that without this option selected, only a Create Record button is available, without the option to relate to existing records. Whether to allow creating new records, it decides whether to display the Create Record button we just saw. If not selected, only the option to select existing records will be visible. Whether to cancel association. Here, let's check this option, and we can see the Disassociate button in the grid. Check the option Allow Opening a Record to view the details page by clicking a record or a card. You can choose a view to display record details based on the user's permissions, and check if exporting records, batch operations, and quick actions for single records are allowed. By enabling these settings, you can view export buttons, select multiple records for batch operations, and access quick actions such as sharing, copying, and printing for single records on the details page. Next are the specific settings for the grid, such as setting the mode to classic mode or spreadsheet mode, row height, whether to allow inline editing, and whether to display alternate row colors. Then there are advanced settings for the field. For query settings, when selecting the records to be related, you can quickly locate the target record through searching or filtering. For searching, set a field to perform precise or fuzzy searches based on that field, or continue to select multiple fields for filtering. If Related with View is checked, it will determine the sorting of related records, the range of records selected, and the view when opening a record. Filter the displayed results. For related records, you can display partial data by filtering based on conditions or user permissions. If Filter by User Permissions is selected, records will be displayed based on the operator's permissions for the related worksheet or view, and records that the operator has no permissions to view will be hidden. Show Count, if selected, will show the number of related records. For bidirectional relationship, if you need to see the related contact records in the customer worksheet, set up a bidirectional relationship. When selecting the worksheet to be related in the customer worksheet, choose the contact worksheet, and there is a reminder for bidirectional relationship. The final section covers the configuration for mobile devices, whether to enable QR code scanning for adding related records, disable manual input. If checked, related records can only be added by scanning QR code in the app. Manual input is disabled on both PC and mobile devices. Disable the photo album. If checked, only taking photos is allowed. Selecting existing photos from the album is not an option. Get input before displaying the form. If checked, input via camera will be required first when creating records in the app. Submit form directly after obtaining. If checked, the form will be automatically submitted after obtaining input via camera in the app. Save the settings. Let's now go to see the operations for related records. For adding related records, you can either create a new record or choose an existing record to relate it. Click the button to delete related records. This action only removes the relationship and does not delete the related records. So these are the settings and operations of the relationship control. If you'd like to learn more, visit our Help Center for help documentation. Thanks for watching.